Democratic Congressman Greg Landsman of Ohio is here for more on that. Congressman, thank you for coming on. You say Democrats just want a budget with health care, but Congress isn't voting on a budget right now. These are just continuing resolutions to keep the government open until Congress can pass a budget. So why not reopen the government and then negotiate health care in the budget?
Well, a couple of things. CR is a budget. It just extends last year's budget to this year. Two, they wouldn't negotiate with Democrats before the shutdown. They won't negotiate with Democrats during the shutdown. The American people know that they have no intention of negotiating on these healthcare cuts. And the challenge is it's urgent. I mean, these cuts are happening right now. And you're talking about 24 million Americans whose healthcare costs are going to skyrocket. 4 million Americans are going to lose their health insurance. In my district in Southwest Ohio, 30,000 Southwest Ohioans are going to see their healthcare costs go up, and 14,000 will lose their healthcare altogether. So this has to get negotiated right now. All we're saying is get folks in a room, negotiate a deal, open the government, and protect people's healthcare. That requires Trump to lead, and to date, he hasn't wanted to do that.
You put this shutdown squarely on President Trump. You say he has to solve this problem. Are Democrats offering Republicans anything in return for reversing Medicaid cuts and extending Obamacare subsidies?
In return to giving Americans their health care back? I don't know if they are asking for anything in return. I mean, look, we're in this bind because they spent $4.5 trillion a few months ago on tax cuts for the super wealthy. And in order to pay for that, they ran up the deficit by $2.5 trillion, and they cut healthcare by over $1 trillion. They've created this healthcare crisis where long-term care facilities are closing. You've got rural hospitals closing, hospital staffs are being cut. And my constituents, their constituents are losing their health care. So, they should say, look, you guys are right. 78% of Americans want these premiums extended. They don't want to have to pay more in healthcare. They're paying more in everything else, food, housing, everything has gone up. America has become unaffordable, while Trump has been president, and this is going to make it so much worse. And so, yes, we're helping their constituents by ensuring that they get their health care.
The Trump administration is threatening mass layoffs if President Trump thinks these negotiations aren't going anywhere. Do you feel pressured by that? And do you think this is worth it if it does end in the loss of thousands of federal jobs?
He's already fired hundreds of thousands of Americans. I don't know what the difference is. I mean, he's going to continue doing what he's doing if we don't give him everything he wants. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, the number of people in my district whose lives have been upended because this president just indiscriminately fired them is staggering. I mean, it's going to be close to 300,000 people, Americans he has fired, many of whom are veterans. They are withholding hundreds of billions of dollars from Americans. And so, again, this is Trump's shutdown because at any moment, Trump can tell congressional Republicans who will do whatever he says to get in a room, get a deal done, reopen the government, and protect people's health care.
I also want to ask you about President Trump sending National Guard troops to Democrat-run cities. What's your reaction to that?
It's just chaos. I mean, he's just trying to stoke division. And, if there is a public safety issue, and certainly there are, work with local mayors and governors, give them the police officer resources they need. Like he's withholding cops grant dollars. Like, it's insane that at a time when he's sending in troops to American cities, he's withholding dollars from our police departments. So release the dollars. In fact, work with us. I've got a bill that would make it easier for police to retain and recruit more officers. There was a time when presidents led on this in terms of helping communities hire more police officers. We need a president who's going to do that again.
Your district includes parts of Cincinnati, and crime there became a major national topic this summer. Do you worry something like this could happen in your district?
That they send troops. Yeah, I mean, I think this is the challenge in America right now with Trump, which is that he'll send troops wherever if he thinks it's good TV. It's not about public safety. It's about TV and getting the American people to think about something else other than the fact that their healthcare premiums, for example, are about to skyrocket because he doesn't want to deal with it. He wants to protect these tax cuts for the super wealthy. So, look, we've got good leadership here. We're really serious about public safety. We'll work with anybody. If there are additional resources, great. Let's just work together. That's not what he does.
Is there more state or local leaders should be doing as well to prevent this crime and prevent this talking point in general?
Yeah, I'm always a big believer that you always got to do more when it comes to core services. I was at City Hall for years, and we invested heavily in police and fire and sanitation. So the idea that there isn't more to do is absurd. You always can do more, but they've done a good job of working with state and federal law enforcement to make sure that everyone is where they need to be. What you don't want is what you're seeing in Chicago or Portland and the other places where folks come in and there's no coordination, there's no chain of command, and then it's just chaos and people get hurt, including officers. It's terrible. I don't know why he's doing it.
All right, Democratic Congressman Greg Landsman of Ohio, we appreciate your time today, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
U.S. envoys are gathering in Cairo to try to come to a peace agreement between Israel and